This song's pretty angry.
We spotted the ocean. We held the trail. Where are we going?
Danny, do you know who this is?
Yes, Toad the Wet Sprocket. It's not Toad the Wet Sprocket?
No, it is not. It's their song. Listen now. Listen.
This is the place where everything's better and everything's safe.
Stephanie Hyde's new band?
It is. How did you know? No. What kind of music do you like, Brian?
Mostly classic rock.
Classic rock, yeah. Got a favorite band?
Kiss, AC/DC.
Okay. I love the Stones myself. This is John Mayer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. John Mayer doing it. Kevin found it, and it's Toad the Wet Sprocket. Kevin's a Toad the Wet Sprocket fan. He goes, well, no one knows the band. But
That's what you said. I said people know. John Mayer knows him.
Well, John Mayer, I got to tell you, man, I have become such a huge fan of his channel on Sirius XM. It's called Life with John Mayer. And he tells you.
What channel is it?
14.
Okay.
He tells you all the stories behind different songs, like songs he wrote, songs, what it means, where he was at certain points in his life, why certain songs from other artists were written, how, I just loved it. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, but you're also really gay for him. Like you would let him dock in your butthole.
Where the fuck does that even come from? That's not like
you love you some John Mayer. You've always said it.
I think John Mayer's a super talented guy.
That doesn't mean he wants to have a
He's
relationship.
funny. I wouldn't have. I would never do that. I would never. I absolutely would not. You'd let him duck. Okay.
Yeah, who wrote that for you?
It's like, I never heard that way. No, I would not.
Bad one
but
from Dan.
I do like him, and I like the Dead stuff that he's done, and growing up where I grew up, there was a lot of Grateful Dead.
He does this amazing cover.
Yeah, see? Kevin.
Sally Carpenter loved it. It was of...
By the way, this great cover, no?
I'm not disputing he's good.
He did this great cover of Springsteen's I'm on Fire.
Oh, it's my favorite.
It's fantastic.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I have it on, yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
He has it in a
next.
special place.
A couple of quick pop culture things. Jim Harbaugh going to the Chargers.
Yes, that's official.
Done. We like
I'm gonna
this.
miss him at Michigan.
We like this.
If you're a Bills fan, it's bad news because now all of a sudden the other Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, now found a real offensive coach. And everywhere he's gone, whether it was the University of San Diego, whether it was Stanford, whether it was the San Francisco 49ers, Michigan, he's won. He's turned their program around incredibly fast. So expect him. I mean, the Chargers have talent sitting there.
Do we know how much he's getting paid? I'm just out of curiosity.
I'm going to say at least $15 million a year.
Yeah. How long was your day today, Ryan?
What was that?
How long was your day today? What time did you start work? What time did you get up for work?
5.
5 a.m. What time do you have to be on the job? By 7?
6:30.
6:30, ready to go. You work 6:30 till 3? Till 3. Any lunch break?
Yeah.
You get a lunch break. A union gig?
No.
Not a union gig.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay.
At least take advantage.
All right. Is there overtime, though? Like on weekends when you have to, when you're pressing, we got to get something done?
You really got to work, man. There's no no-show jobs where you work. Okay.
No.
We really work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my father, yeah.
All right. So I'm just thinking you are what makes America and the buildings we walk into and the hospitals and all the structures that we see.
The rebar.
Yeah, I know.
It is the rebar that binds us.
This is the guy, and we pay Jim Harbaugh.
The number hasn't come up, but they said he would earn more than the 12.5 report offered by Michigan.
By the way, I mean, the guy, another one who probably works endlessly, just a different kind of work, but still, it's ridiculous. The money, right?
I agree.
It's ridiculous. It's obscene, that money. Then the other news is that Jon Stewart is coming back to the Daily Show, but I believe it's just Mondays
because his Apple show got canceled.
I don't know. I think they came to him and I don't think they have a host right now.
Well, yeah,
they've been doing a special different person. Every
yeah,
week.
I think
the show's been in the toilet since he left.
I didn't think the other guy was that
Trevor
bad.
Noah sucked. He couldn't even get his facts straight. I mean, if you're gonna rip America, if you're gonna come to the United States to rip America, at least get your facts straight, bro.
Dan will
he couldn't
not
even
dock
do
with
that.
Trevor Noah.
I thought he was kind of funny.
Okay.
with some of the, I didn't. You know what?
He had moments.
Here's the truth.
He had moments.
I never watched.
You like this accent?
I saw some. I never watched, and I did see him host award shows and thought he did a good job.
He's the kind of guy who blames Israel for getting attacked. That's the type of guy Trevor Noah is. I have no respect for somebody like that. He's trash.
So John is going to come back and do Mondays. He's going to executive produce, and I think he's going to executive produce through 2025. So
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah,
Because somebody's got to run that ship.
so I don't know. Well, he's also, I think, the executive producer of the Late Show with Colbert.
He could be.
I think he was.
Although-
Colbert came off his tree, so to speak. Right?
Okay, okay.
Compared to a coaching tree kind of thing.
Okay.
Because he was a reporter, and then he had his own show.
Well, yeah. Colbert came out. Yeah, because people forget that the Daily Show's original host was Craig Kilborn.
Yes, it was.
You know,
yes,
just
it
like
was.
Jack Parr was
You
one of the
got it.
original hosts of the Tonight Show. Nobody
is true.
remembers that.
So it'll be interesting, and I think that's going to start February 24th, like a month from today.
All the new stuff starts after the Super Bowl.
Wait, wasn't that the day that they were supposed to do some road work in Greece? Yeah, around there. I think it's just Mondays for him, though. I have to double check that. Yeah, they have a little bit of a headache today.
Today?
Yeah, when was the headache?
Oh, they're supposed to. They've got a new project that they want to do on Flynn Road. They were kind enough to send out notices letting the neighbors know.
Yeah,
I got my notice this past Saturday, and the notice said the meeting was on February 24th. Okay, gives us a month and change. Someone actually called in because February 24th is a Saturday.
Yeah.
So when they called the developer's like, no, that was a typo. It was supposed to be January 24th, today.
and so no one
And
corrected that.
No, that would. I don't know how you don't
Yeah,
check the date on,
proofread stuff.
but
I must not be close enough to Flynn being it's in my backyard to get that notice.
So it's in your backyard, and you didn't get the notice.
Pretty close. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
Well-
right? Is it a road you travel?
oh yeah, I know exactly where it is. It's right in the corner of my street there, right at that
yeah,
stoplight.
you should have got it because it's the same project they talked about over the summer.
Yeah, I didn't get anything for that one either.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. They want to put 168 units on the farmland on Flynn Road.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, they completely screwed that one up. And then when all of a sudden 6,700 people found out about it, oh, wait, we're going to change the meeting date because we want to make sure everyone can show up.
All right. Yeah. Is that why? Oh, make sure they can or can't. Timothy Jackson Jr. is a 46-year-old guy. He had been a part-time street outreach worker for Pathways to Peace since 2020. So we're going on 4 years with that guy. And that's a program that works to reduce youth violence and prevent young people from falling through the proverbial cracks that we hear about. According to a federal criminal complaint, law enforcement has been actively investigating Mr. Jackson for his alleged involvement in drug trafficking in Rochester since October 2021.
Oh.
Yeah, since October 2021. We will try to call our friend Jeffrey Rogers from GSL News, who has been covering this story.
Well, that's ringing. It's February 12th for Jon Stewart. Mondays only.
Monday. Yeah, it is Mondays
Just in
only.
time for the
Thank you.
2024 presidential cycle.
Well, that is why he's doing it. For
Absolutely.
Sure. For sure. Now, Jeffy did say I could call him at 7:30. Let's see.
See, you do time like the town of Greece does dates.
Yeah, I guess
Thank you for calling GSL Show, where fast, reliable, and unbiased news is available. Unfortunately, no one's able to answer the phone at this time, but if you leave your name, number, and reason why you're calling, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have any news tips, you can visit my website at gslshow.com/contact. Thank you.
Jeffrey Rogers, it's Bill Moran. You're stiffing us. We wanted to talk to you about Mr. Jackson.
I am for real.
That's Mrs. Jackson. It's Mrs. Jackson, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Mrs. Jackson.
All right. Jeffrey, call us back. There you go.
It's Miss Jackson, not Mrs. Jackson.
Yeah.
According to the city of Rochester, Jackson is on paid administrative leave right now.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
I wish I could get
Well,
Yeah, I know.
my
Me
job.
too. Man, you've been suspended.
Well,
Go
so
take a vacation.
here's the thing. According to court paperwork, he's expected to work at a local school on behalf of Pathways to Peace. So I
Somebody's
thought Pathways to
delivers.
Peace was a not-for-profit, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, that's usually how it works.
On
still have
January
deliveries.
11th, investigators said they intercepted a phone call between Jackson and an associate while Jackson was working in the area of Monroe High School. Working in the area of.
Was it Josh Allen? Was it the other end?
No,
Of it?
he was in the hallway to the locker room. They just didn't want to say that. Soon after the investigation said he delivered cocaine to an alleged distributor. So that has to be a lot of cocaine, right? If I'm going to a distributor, you're the middleman.
I've watched Breaking Bad. I know how this works.
I mean, that's got to
Probably
be.
the size of a football.
Well,
I
don't
would
you
guess.
think it's got to be a shitload of cocaine? I would think.
we need to find a distributor and we need to find a warehouse.
Obviously, we're very disappointed.
Jimmy's House of Coke. We got 7 different kinds of Coke.
When it is someone that is supposed to prevent violence, allegedly being involved in a situation. It's not something we like to see, but it's something that we addressed, according to Mayor Evans. On January 17th, the Rochester Police Department executed a drug-related search warrant. Jackson, who is prohibited from possessing a firearm due to past convictions, was charged with criminal possession of a weapon. In separate federal investigation, Jackson
That's
is
not
one
mine.
of the 9 defendants accused of trafficking cocaine and fentanyl. In a wiretapped conversation back on December 18th, a federal indictment accuses Jackson and a co-defendant of threatening to kill a woman if she did not continue participating in drug sales. Same thing in a lot of the pyramid schemes.
Yeah, right.
You drop out of
kill
this.
you.
we're gonna-
I wonder if this came out of the whole thing with Lovely Warren's ex-husband and when that whole thing went down. If this
Could
kind of
very
just,
well. If this is a spin-off of that.
we saw
or
the
Yeah, it's like
it's like Laverne and Shirley coming off of the Happy Days.
just,
I was going to say Fish off Barney Miller.
yeah, there you go. Either way. Yeah.
Different world off the
70s.
Cosby Show.
Now, Greece had a problem. I believe that it was the Greece postmaster who was involved in some kind of drug dealing through the mail. I think his girlfriend worked at the Henrietta plant. We give him the heads up that the drugs were coming out there. Did that hit your Facebook page at all?
That's before I got
Yeah, I think that
involved.
was before his
Oh,
time.
all right. Wait,
Yeah.
here's Jeffrey Rogers. Let's see. Jeffrey.
GR.
Wait, let me see. I got to connect him to the roadcaster. Jeffrey.
I'm here.
Hello, sir.
Hey.
We were just talking about Mr. Jackson, and we wanted to know some more details because I know you've been all over this on GSL News.
Yeah. Are we on the air?
We're always on the air.
Yeah, we never stop.
We're like you, bro.
All right. So as this is going on, so mind you, I've heard about this investigation in the summertime, but I didn't have enough sources or detail about the and what I want to explain to people, this is corruption. So when you have city staff and city officials who are a part of a program who is supposed to stop the violence and stop the gun violence and the drugs here in our city, and they are involved in that, this is the definition of corruption.
Well, I mean,
so,
look, if you really want to get ahead in business, you got to know
Right.
the left hand needs to know what the right hand's doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to really. So, what better way than to be on the inside so you know well, you can tell everybody on the outside?
Plus, I looked it up, and Webster said exactly what Jeffrey just did.
But Jeffrey is correct. That is
Yes.
corruption at the very core, right, Jeffrey?
Yeah. So Timothy Jackson, he was, now mind you, police said they had been investigating him since 2021. He was arrested along with a big drug bust that happened in Rochester, New York, where multiple properties were busted. I don't have those addresses offhand, but I was looking at the court documents, which is 95 pages long. And this was hundreds of pounds of cocaine, fentanyl, marijuana, and other people. Again, 13 people were arrested at. But not only had 13 people arrested, Melanie White, who used to be a city employee, she used to work for Pathways of Peace, but then she resigned when Anthony Hall resigned. Not saying Anthony Hall is a part of the drug bust there, but this is one of his associates. So she went and left Pathways of Peace to join Community Resource Collaborative, where she was working and was employed. She was also arrested.
She was also arrested as part of this.
As a part of this, yeah. So it gets you questioning people here in our community on who else could be a part of this. And police said more arrests are on the way. More people are still on investigation, and more arrests are on the way.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I want to put you on the spot. Do you think there's anybody with a title that's going to get arrested? And you don't have to say who or what the title is, but somebody of.
I definitely think people in high positions are going to be looked at differently. People are going to be under a microscope, and I think there's definitely more arrests coming with people who are working for different organizations, a part of the city and not a part of the city.
Oh boy.
So that's a no.
That's a no.
Wow, buddy. This is it's kind of got some deep roots here, huh?
Yeah, the community went outraged because when I first broke this story, I did get some. So one of my resources gave me the wrong address, and we corrected that. That was a huge mistake. That was horrible journalism on my side because I did put the wrong address, but apparently it's happened nearby. And so my resource got that information wrong. But I want to clear the air that yes, I corrected my issues, the errors that was made. And that was just horrible journalism because I was rushing to put the story out because I was getting ready to get on a flight when I got more details about this.
Yeah, you went away for your birthday, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I went away for my birthday.
He all of a sudden, I'm looking through, I follow Jeffrey on social media. I'm looking through Instagram, and I see this, I go, wait, that's Jeffrey Rogers. He's in a suit. He's sitting in some fancy spot, tropical, like I can see palm trees, and he look all handsome and boat. I go, what the hell's going on here? You're becoming too fancy. I'm teasing you.
So
I'm teasing you.
Yeah. So I want to say, yeah. You inspired me to bring my podcast back.
Not everybody can go to Rhinebeck, Bill.
That's the podcast. You are doing the podcast now, right? I saw some stuff.
So this is GSO exclusive. It's called GSO exclusive.
Okay. And where can you get it?
So you can listen to it anywhere you listen to your. You can stream it anywhere you listen to your podcast.
Okay, so Apple and Spotify and all that.
Jeffrey, has anybody come after you for breaking this story or or investigating it?
Yeah, definitely. Anthony Hall went live about me explaining his frustration, and what I think, because I know Anthony Hall personally and he's been in my life for a while.
Who is Anthony Hall? Who is he?
So he used to be like the head of Pathways to Peace, but then again resigned and went to Community Resource Collaborative.
Okay.
He made this video and went live and was like, Jeffrey, put the wrong information. He's trying to destroy the Black community. And, I gave him an opportunity to clear his name. I called him and I said, I got some questions. Do you want to talk about it? He could have replied and said, you know what? This is my employee. We don't know what she's doing behind the scenes, etc. Instead, he said, it's not news anymore. It's drama, and hung up the phone on. And then went live and said, I'm trying to destroy the community. And I'm trying to destroy the community and what they're trying.
Okay, but I would almost argue that the person that seems to be doing more damage to the community would be Timothy Jackson Jr., who was doing he's Pathways to Peace. He's near Monroe High School, and he's got to make a delivery to a distributor, which has got to be, 5 pounds of cocaine? I don't know.
Right.
That to me is more damaging to any community. Black, white, purple, green, orange, that can be some bad stuff.
It's not delivery, it's drugs.
Yellows are cool with it, though.
Huh?
The jaundice yellow.
Yeah, and I think, the problem with the community is, and the problem with the community is because I know a lot of people in the community, people expect me not to ask these questions. They're expecting me not to talk about the drugs. They expect me not to talk about the corruption because I know these people or I've been in the community for an amount of time.
Yeah.
And the difference between me and other reporters, those other reporters don't live in the community. I do. Right. And so it's a little more difficult to cover news cover breaking news when something comes out like this, because then people think they can attack you way more. As for if I was living in the suburbs or if I was a white reporter, I think things would be way different. But that's something in the Black community that people need to work on, is communication and to stop babying and sugarcoating this drugs that's going through our community and the corruption. Point blank period.
Let me ask you. You bring up an interesting thing because I've often thought of this. As a young black man, when you stand up and you point out things that are not going well in your community, and I think we have another guy in the studio who's pointing out in a different suburb things that are not going well in the community, and he's a white guy, but I think he probably would run into maybe less pushback from the community, maybe not from the government officials who he's pointing out the error of their ways, where you may see other people saying, hey, you're making us look bad. Is that a fair statement that I'm saying, or am I way off base here?
Way off base.
Okay.
Way off base. way off. I think in my community, I think people expect me to turn a blind eye. They turn a blind eye because they've done this for me, or they support, or they gave me this type of support. And I think that's an issue. People expect me to turn a blind eye. Well, Jeffrey, I helped you out with this much. I helped you out with this much. Okay, you shouldn't be bringing my name up in any news story.
I got you.
That's not the case. That's the case.
But do you think that people in the community who do consume your news appreciate that this stuff is getting pointed out, or do they feel like you're turning against the community? That was kind of my original question.
It's 50-50. People think I'm turning against the community, and people are like, well, great job, Jeffrey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're always going to get, different sides and different opinions. But I think more people are supporting me because, again, I was the first one to break. So Bob Lounsbury went out and he did a tweet, but I knew about this months ago. So he did a tweet, and I'm looking around like, wait, did they break the news already?
Yeah.
So I'm digging, and I broke this story and every news, and I begged RTV to get more information. Like, yo, I need more information. So I had to wait until the weekend was over. Then more information was released to the public.
So expect.
So I made it.
So we should expect more arrest around this.
Yeah, police said this. You expect more arrests coming.
More arrests coming, and more people who at one point were involved with Pathways to Peace, like the woman you mentioned.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, a few more employees. That's what. And so people may, again, people are arrested. People may get plea deals. People may not even get arrested.
Yeah.
But you find out more about this once people start going to court and ratting each other out and do what they do.
Ratting each other out. That's what happens. What's the what? Give me the website people can go read your stuff at.
They can visit gslnews.com.
gslnews.com. Jeffrey, I appreciate all the stuff you're doing, and stay safe. And I'd like to have you on again soon. All right, buddy?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Take care. I'm not sure if he understood what I said originally.
I don't think so.
No.
You're right? Because it feels like it sounded like he was saying that people are going, hey, man, you're making us look bad. The black community look bad by telling these stories. And it's an interesting thing because I keep flipping these cards. I got to move the cards away because I fidget with the stuff. But it's Consortium for Safe Community. So these guys were in, and they talked about one of them was a doctor he's a surgeon, 23-year surgeon at URMC, talking about a lot of the stuff that we see where people are getting released, right? So I think the original idea was you steal a pack of gum, you can still go to work and pay your bills and do that kind of thing. Right. Well, that isn't what's happening, right? So now we've got...
Say that out loud one more time. Say that out loud, right? Because for everybody who passed this stupid law, hey, you steal a pack of gum, or you get accused of stealing a pack of gum.
I think that
you get to
that may be simplifying it too much.
No, but I'm not blaming you. What I'm saying is that this is how ridiculous we've got.
Well, but I mean, I think the idea was like, look, man, we're putting too many people in jail for things that they shouldn't be, and this whole idea came from a kid who was on Rikers Island.
Right.
For a pot. I think he was arrested for pot, and he got forgotten about, and he had mental health issues, and he wound up dying in Rikers Island.
The hard cases make bad law, but I understand.
So that wasn't well, that shouldn't have happened. Okay, and I don't think there's anybody who in the legal community or who work in law enforcement that would disagree with that. Mm-hmm. But I think that what we've done is we've gone too far the other way, and too many people are getting out. And as the
steal
surgeon
a
sat
key,
here
go to
and
work
said,
tomorrow.
well, the surgeon said, he goes, look, I have people coming in, and I have to X-ray and then go, wait a second, which bullet is the new one? Because it's the same people committing the same types of crimes and the same types of stuff. So, you know, but one of the things he's part of is something called Project Exile, and they went into the roughest communities in the greater Rochester area, and they knocked on doors and they interviewed and did a survey with people, and they want the police. So I'm wondering if many in the community want Jeffrey's news. We want these people out of our community. They're making it unsafe. We can't walk to the corner without fearing for our lives.
It's a small group of people causing a big problem.
It's exactly, but and it is a big
and
problem.
it's tainting the name of the people in the community.
Well, this is the thing. So, but we don't hear that.
Right.
Because nobody really goes into those communities
Right.
to talk to anybody because everybody's afraid to go. And they do want the police there, and they want the value. And so this idea that we have a divide between the police and the community, sometimes it's not in the community that needs the police. It's the other sides. It's the Bill Burr saying the white women from the suburbs flipping their Gucci-footed boot over the line for Black Lives Matter. As much as that's a joke, that's sort of what these guys are saying. They're loud, but the people that really benefit from the police and need them in their community, they want them there. And I wonder if the same thing with Jeffrey pointing these things out. There may be people who go, hey, man, just like you, don't do that. But on the other side, people, your neighbors want to know.
I think there's a lot of people, I mean, in both situations where, you know, they may be personally affected.
Yeah.
You know, in my situation, there's people that, you know, if they speak up, you know, the town may have influence over them. So
Gotcha.
it can affect them personally.
right.
So they have to be careful.
Yes.
In this situation, you may have, well, be quiet because I may have friends or family that are involved
in this, and
situation.
I don't want to know. Right. Exactly.
So, you know, it's different, kind of a different situation, but the same thing where, you know,
It's
I
unfortunate.
don't want to, you know, don't bring it
Yeah.
up because
It's an unfortunate thing too, because I thought of this when I was reading the article originally. You know, you got a guy. I don't know Timothy Jackson's past, but he has past, has priors. Shouldn't have a gun. Was in possession of a gun. Can't have a gun. Well, that usually means you did something. But I go, man, how hard is it to come back out and try to be straight? Like for some of these guys, it feels like it's almost impossible. And all your friends who, before you tried to straighten yourself out, are no longer straight. You know, they're still walking that life, and they know, and how much influence they have over. And I go, man, there's a lot here. I mean, you got to be a really strong person to go straight. I just think so. And when the money's there, and I need money to live, and hey, man, here's a quick way that you could get a lot of money fast.
I see that as such a cop out. Though,
It is.
you know, I've said this so many times to coworkers and friends and family members. It's like, if you want to, or you're willing to work,
Yeah.
the trades are dying for people.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I agree.
You can go into
Welding is a huge one right now.
any
I love the
any
Huh?
trade
I love to weld.
You would?
Seriously, yes.
and, you know, making good money, take care of yourself, your family. You just got to be able to get up, get to work, do your job, and just shut up
Yeah,
and listen.
right.
And doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter your record, any of that. If you're willing to get to work,
It
shut
doesn't.
up.
Okay. That's interesting you say that. It doesn't.
No.
You think the trades would give guys chances, guys
Oh, yeah.
coming out? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know we
Yeah. Okay. Don't say anymore. I got you.
Yeah.
You got guys. But do you weld as well?
yes.
Yeah. You're certified and all? Did you go to, where'd you go? ARC?
No.
Okay.
On the job.
On the job training. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
best.
You don't need anything. You can just walk in and they'll
teach you. Yeah. Yeah.
You make
You just
good
got to
money now.
show up and be consistent.
Yeah.
And-
Show up, shut your mouth and listen and
Yeah.
do what you're told.
Yeah. People aren't going to talk to you nicely. right?
No.
They're not going to go, you know, hey, Billy, when you do it, try it like this, you know.
Yeah.
it's-
We'll tell you once, and then we'll hit you in the head with something.
Well, the thing is, too, is like we've got jobs. There's timelines. There's work. Things fall behind. Weather can delay. There's shit. There's
Yeah.
pressure. Yeah,
Right.
You're part of a team. All right, we'll take a moment. We'll try to lighten it up. We'll do the Grecian. We'll ask you what would you rather, and we'll tell you about a guy who got kicked off of a plane, and I don't think he should have. We'll get to all that next. But first.